everyone, Melanie here with CGL Recruiting, and today we're going to be talking about 10 things that may be hurting your job search. Don't worry, we're going to show you how to fix them. Now, if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing at this point in time. Give us that thumbs up at the end of this video. I would love to see some comments from you all about this video and other videos you'd like to see as well. Now, let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's cover our first area that might be hurting your job search. Does a poorly formatted resume really make that much difference? Absolutely. If you have not watched our video yet on the right format for a resume to get you past the applicant tracking systems and still be readable and enjoyable by the recruiters and HR people that are looking at it, take the time. Please go off and do that. If you feel like your resume is fine the way that it was 20 years ago, you are making a mistake. You do need to look at your resume and make sure that it's in the most current format possible. Remember, nowadays with electronic recruiting, most times your resume is what they're going to see first. Let's move on to our second thing that may be stopping you from getting a job. So what do I mean by not letting go of the past? If you were just laid off from your job that you have been working at for 10, 15, 20, 25 years, it is a grieving process. And you are going to have to find a way to let go of the hurt that you're feeling about being let go. The very worst thing you can do when you first start a conversation with somebody is be all focused on the fact that you were just laid off. Well, I was just let go from this company that I loved, and I just can't believe I was chosen. I can't believe that I'm the one that they picked over this person. You need to let it go. The second you start your job search, you need to have every conversation be focused on what's great about you. What skills and experience do you bring to the table? Not the feelings that you still may have about being let go. Now, you do need to address those feelings. So I'm not telling you to suppress them. I'm not telling you to not have your moments. You just need to find a way outside of your job search to deal with those. Go to your friends, your family, go to great organizations like Between Jobs Ministries. Go to anyone that will help you by listening and helping you get past it. But when you are in job search mode and you're trying to network with people that can help you find a job, or you're dealing anything with a company or a recruiting firm, you've got to find a way to let it go. Now, for 99.9% of the people looking for a job, they don't go in, apply for one job, get it, and their job search is done. Especially in the type of market that the world has been in recently, with so many people on the market, you have to have a plan. If you don't have a plan for your job search, you're going to find yourself wasting time on non-value added activities. You're also going to forget what of the 400 companies you've already applied to, who you've networked with, what groups you've already looked at. You need a plan. If you are not that analytical tracking person, it's time to get a little bit of that in your personality, where you're actually recording the activities you're doing, and you know when you wake up every day what you're going to be doing that day in order to focus your job search. Now, we're going to be coming out with a series that's going to help with this, because I know for those of you that are longer term unemployed, this is one of the biggest challenges. It's, what do I get up and focus on today? I feel like I'm just, beating my head against a wall. We're going to help. We have a plan in place that's going to launch out a set of videos, which you'll be able to watch one every day that'll keep you focused on your job search. So, I enjoy talking with you over video. However, you need to get out from behind that computer screen. You need to talk with people. Now, I would love for you to be doing some of this face-to-face, but we are all living in a different world right now with social distancing. So it is very important that you are picking up that phone and talking with people. Just sending out emails, Not enough. There's no emotion. There's no opportunity in an email to react to what people are saying at the moment. So if you want your job search to be as successful as it can, you need to make time every single day to pick up that phone and speak with somebody that's going to help you further advance your job search. Now, that does not always have to be a hiring manager. It could be somebody new you're trying to network with. It could be somebody where you're learning about them and their role as a fellow job seeker, and the two of you make a plan of how you can maybe help each other. It could be a new recruiting firm that you're connecting with, making sure that they know that you're out there looking for a position. I know for some of you this is outside of your comfort area, but you need to get out from behind the screen and take the time to actually talk with people. Now, the job search process is hard. And why is that? Well, because so many of us identify with the jobs that we do. We got into the field that we're in because we love it. I love being an HR person. It's who I am through and through. And I hope the same is you and with you in the career that you've chosen. But unfortunately, the job search process makes you question yourself. And if you let the process of getting rejected either by companies or never hearing anything back from them, or doing on an interview and thinking you have that job and then it just doesn't come through to offer, if you let that process start undermining your confidence in your skills or abilities, it shows. It shows. So how can you combat this? You need to have a tight group of people. And a great way to do this is other job seekers. Maybe your family, maybe your friends, people that will be there for you when you are having that down day and you are questioning yourself because you feel like you've just gotten turned down for the 4th position in a row, that they're going to remind you that you are worthy, that you have amazing skills and experience that you bring to the table, and that that right role is out there for you. So let's talk about nerves. Oh my gosh, when you're on an interview panel and you're in front of 3 people looking at you and you know that they're judging you, judging every answer you give to every question, your nerves can get the best of you. And I understand. You wouldn't believe how many times I have to re-record parts of these videos because I'm nervous sitting here in front of you. It's not something that I am inherently comfortable with in doing and recording videos. But there is a way that you can get around your nerves, and that is preparation. This is so vitally important, especially in the interview process. You need to take the time to prepare for the interview. Research that company, research the people in that company. Try and re-look at your resume from very top to very bottom. Make sure that you're familiar with the dates that you worked here, the dates that you worked there, the projects you worked on. Make sure you know what your successes are. We have a couple videos on interview questions. Take the time, review those, and answer them out in actual handwriting or typing it into a computer so that when you're asked that question, you are prepared. It will help with all of your nerves. So the job search process is usually a marathon, not a sprint. And it can be easy to lose focus in 2 ways. One is we were so busy before when we had a full-time job and everything was going. And the second we don't have a job, it seems like our personal life gets really busy and there's a million things that you have to take care of that get in the way of your job search. Well, I have news for you. When you're searching for a job, your job is to find another job, and you need to approach it just like you did your other job and give it a dedicated long amount of time every day. This is not a work on it for a half an hour or an hour a day type of position. You need to be going 8 to 5, Monday through Friday at a minimum, working on your job search. Now, don't get me wrong, you need time off, but you also need to really focus in on looking for a job. The other danger in losing focus is focusing on what's in front of you as opposed to what's important to you. Just because something, an email from people is right in front of your face does not mean it is the most important task that you do for your job search at that moment. Make sure, and if you have a plan, it will help with this, that you are focusing your time on the activities that are most likely to get you a job. So what do I mean by turning negative? Well, after you've been in the job search process for a little bit of time, I find that some individuals will start to turn negative and sour on the process. Is it a great process? No. Will anybody tell you, oh, I loved searching for a job? Will recruiters and HR people and hiring managers tell you that the hiring process is wonderful? No, they won't. It is not a process that I don't think anybody enjoys. So the problem becomes when you as a candidate start turning negative or blaming things on the process instead of keeping things focused on you getting a job. And let me give you an example of this. I have had people come to me and say, I'm sure the reason I'm not getting a job is just because of my age. Now, I'm not going to tell you that age discrimination doesn't always happen, because it does. But I'm telling you, I've had people that have come to me saying that are like 30, 32. You need to stop finding reasons why you're not getting a job that are outside of your control and focus your energy on what is in your control. What can you do to help you find a job? Blaming or turning negative and then spinning your wheels talking about that negativity is not the answer. If you truly are being discriminated against by age, race, sex, anything, then report it. That's how the world changes. But it's not by wasting your time, by getting caught up in a dialogue, either internally in your head or even worse, out with others, that is 100% focused on that. Keep things focused on your skills and experience and what makes you wonderful. Okay, I have to talk about social media. Can social media hurt your job hunting? Yeah, it absolutely can. Now, there's lots of different views on whether or not companies across the world should view your social media information in order to look at you and get a better picture of you as a candidate when you're applying for a job. Does it happen across the world? Yes, it absolutely does. So if you post something on social media, you need to know that there is a chance that you're going to get judged for that, right or wrong. Now, there are some things that you can do to help this. One, when you're in the middle of your job search, be careful about what you post. The most recent postings are going to be the ones that are going to hurt you the most. And two, if you have a job posting on a social media site that you can make it private, and so not everybody can view your posts, you should do that. You don't want to have things that you may not want released out there for everyone to see. Now, is it right? Are you allowed to be judged by every little piece of you? I would say no. I would say the company needs to look at your skills and experience, but there are some things that do matter. And if you think they don't, you are fooling yourself. Make sure that you are keeping in mind that your social media could affect your chances to get a job. Don't give up. I'm going to say it again. Don't give up. If you need a moment to step away and take a breath, if you need to go get a hug from your spouse, your friends, do what you need to do, but don't give up. If you stop looking for a job, nobody is going to mysteriously hand you one out of thin air. And if people see that you've given up on your job search, they are likely to give up on giving you jobs as well. Please, please don't give up. Stay with it. I know it is such a hard process. The best way for you not to give up is to come up with a structured plan. The more that you have a job to do, just like you did before when you worked with a company, the better your chances of staying focused and not giving up. Thanks again for joining me today. If you would like us to do a video on another certain area, please put it in the comments below. We have been looking through all of them and are doing our best for those of you that have already put one to get those teed up as quick as we can and released out to you. We are all in this together. Take care, and I'll see you next time.